Hello friends, the examination date for MHCT is approaching, and in this session I'm going to discuss some do's and don'ts and some of the last minute tips that you must follow for the upcoming MHCT MBA examination. Now, to start with, first of all, let us have a look at some of the highlights of MHCT examination. Now, over the past few years, we have seen the same pattern on which MHCT examination has been conducted. Now, these are certain highlights. So, we can expect once again 200 questions which are to be completed in 150 minutes. All these questions will be of the type MCQs, multiple choice questions, and every question will have 5 options. One of the good thing, or I should say, this will not affect all of us, because it is the same for everyone, that there is no negative marking in this examination. So definitely all of you are going to attempt all these 200 questions, because there is no negative marking, and in case you will leave even one question unattempted, it will be a very big sin for you. So make sure that you are attempting all these questions in the examination. Also, if I look at time to be spent per section, though we have seen a jumbled paper over the past few years, but in case you get a question paper which is divided in different sections, so without any confusion, without any speculation in your mind, you can devote these many minutes per section in this examination. So I'm assuming this is a possibility, we have seen paper to be divided in different sections a few years back. So if the same thing happens with you, if the same thing happens with this year paper of MHCT examination, then these are the approximate these are the approximate number of minutes that you can spend for each and every section, right? No matter which section you'll start with. If I'll start with logical reasoning section, so these 75 questions of logical reasoning, first of all, you can spend somewhere around 45 minutes on this section. I know that you will not be able to finish the entire section, but in these 45 minutes, what you need to do is you need to attempt all the easy questions, all the questions which are less lengthy and can be completed in a matter of 45 seconds to 1 minute. Yes, all of you will agree with that. There are plenty of questions which can be solved in less than 45 seconds, right? So for such questions, you need to do the selection first of all and attempt all those questions so that you'll be able to maximize the total number of attempts. When it comes to abstract reasoning, you can spend 15 minutes on this section on these 25 questions. Verbal RC, you can spend 30 to 35 minutes, and quant, you can spend another 30 to 35 minutes for these 50 questions. Okay, so logical reasoning 40 to 45 minutes in total, abstract reasoning 15 minutes in total, VARC and QA you can spend 30 to 35 minutes in these two sections. Now if you'll add up the time, it will not add up to 150 minutes, because any paper which is divided in different sections, I always prefer to leave this buffer time of let's say 10% or 15% of the total time for which the examination is of. So here the examination is of 150 minutes. So out of these 150 minutes, it will be better if you leave a buffer time of somewhere around 20-25 minutes, and in these 20-25 minutes, you can again go back to some of these sections which you believe are easy or basically are your strengths. Okay, so if you think that logical reasoning ka section aaj easy aaya tha, and there are some more questions which you can go back and attempt, then out of these 20 minutes which are left, you can spend 10 or 15 minutes in the section of logical reasoning, and the remaining 5 or 10 minutes you can spend in any other section which you feel is quite easy as compared to any other section. All right, so this can be done in case the examination is divided in different sections. All right, now let's have a look at some of the do's and don'ts for the examination which each and every student must follow. Now, if you'll follow all these instructions, if you'll follow all these things, then it might be possible that you will end up scoring 5 to 10 marks extra in your examination. Now, first and the foremost important thing is reading all the instructions carefully. There are different reasons for that. Reason number one is there may be some surprises, there may be some different type of instructions, there may be something that the examiner wants you to know. It may be about the marking scheme of the paper. It may be about the number of questions. So it is always better to read all the instructions carefully so that you will not have any kind of surprises as and when you will start your examination. All right, this is one reason. Another reason is since you have separate time given to read the instructions, that time of reading the instructions is not included in those 150 minutes. So it will be better if you'll read all the instructions and your eyes and your mind will be warmed up. Okay, थोड़ा सा warm up हो जाएगा and then in the momentum, in the flow, you can start with your examination. All right. So ऐसा होता है कि जब भी हम थोड़ा सा कुछ रीडिंग करना शुरू करते हैं तो स्टार्टिंग के 2 और 3 मिनट्स हमारी आईज को एडजस्ट करने में लग जाते हैं स्क्रीन को. सो स्क्रीन का जो एडजस्टमेंट का टाइम है उसको यूज करो टू रीड द इंस्ट्रक्शंस केयरफुली and then you can continue with your examination. All right. Next important thing is be ready for any kind of change in the examination. Now we have already seen a lot of surprises happening in the last 2 or 3 years with MHCT examination. In some of the slots, there were no questions of data interpretation, input-output sequences के questions missing थे, jumbled paper आ गया, paper jumbled नहीं आया, whatever it can be. Be ready for any kind of change and don't be surprised at the time of examination. Okay. Now, if you will be over surprised, if you will get to see anything which you were not expecting, then it takes 5 to 10 minutes for our mind to program accordingly. Fine. So don't waste these 5 to 10 minutes to reprogram your mind, as if you will be ready for any kind of change, then you will not be surprised by looking at any kind of pattern or any kind of questions in this examination. Understand that whatever this examination is, the same examination is for all the students. Okay, so be ready for any kind of change. The next thing is important, very important. During the examination, keep solving the questions as they come. Sometimes it happens that students start searching for specific type of questions. They look for, let's say, the questions from puzzles. They think that they are strong in one particular type of questions or they are strong in one particular type of section. Now, this particular thing is very important when you have jumbled paper. So a lot of students have told me that sir हमने पहले क्या किया, पहले सारे quant के questions select करके किए. No friends, this is not an ideal way of attempting this type of paper. So if the paper is in jumble sequence, just solve all the questions as they come. Don't look for any specific type of questions. All right. Lastly, the paper may have different level of difficulties, so you need to try and maximize a genuine number of attempts. I'll tell you how to do that. So let us discuss this particular thing. Basically, how to attempt the paper in case you have jumbled or maybe the paper is divided in different sections. So what I always do in order to maximize my number of attempts, listen carefully. So whatever type of examination is there, whatever type of section is there, to start with, I'll categorize every question in my mind. ऐसा नहीं है कि हर एक क्वेश्चन के आगे उनकी कैटेगरी लिख रहे हो, okay, and you are wasting 20 seconds, 25 seconds to categorize a particular question. No. जैसे ही क्वेश्चन देखते हैं, there are certain parameters that may arise in your mind. There are certain parameters using which you can decide the category of the question. I divide the questions in 3 categories: category 1, category 2, category 3. Now, category 1 is the type of questions which are easy, which are short, very less lengthy, one-liner or maybe two-liner, and basically they lie from my area of strength. All right, so these are category 1 questions. Now, looking at all these parameters using which I have kept this question in category 1, decides that, or it ensures that I need to solve that question immediately. Okay, so category 1 is the type of question which I have to solve immediately. The questions which are less lengthy, the questions which look easier, and the questions which lies from my area of comfort. All right, these are category 1 question and I'll solve them immediately. Now the next category comes from the area which I might be comfortable, yes, but the questions are a little lengthy, and I understand that if I'll get into these questions, I will certainly take more amount of time. But if I'll enter these questions, I will be able to solve these. Now, you can give these type of questions the second priority. So try not to solve them immediately and you can come back to these questions later on. Okay, so you may leave these questions unattempted or you may mark these questions for review, whatever you want to do. But if the question is lengthy but doable, you can always come back to that question later on after solving all the questions which are kept in category 1. ठीक है, so category 2 के questions को हम बाद में देख सकते हैं, but we will definitely come back to these questions. The third category of questions are the questions which are from our area of weakness. हमें उस chapter के बारे में कुछ नहीं आता या फिर we are less comfortable about those chapters and the questions are very lengthy and we certainly know that we will not be able to solve these questions no matter what. So these questions are kept in category 3 and you need to attempt these questions immediately, marking a fluke. Obviously, I'm not going to waste my time on those questions and I cannot leave these questions unattempted because there is no negative marking in this examination. So what you need to do is as soon as you decide to put this type of question in category 3, attempt that question and quickly move on to the next question. Okay, so these are the 3 categories that I generally divide all the questions in. If you'll follow the same thing, I am sure that you will be able to maximize the number of attempts and thereby increasing the accuracy of your genuine attempts as well. Because you are attempting all easy questions, then your genuine number of attempts will also increase and hence you will score more marks in this examination. All right. Now, moving forward, talking about what to do one day before the examination. Now, friends, this is very important. Now, doesn't matter on which day you are watching this video, but if you're watching this video just one day before the examination, then you need to follow certain things. Basically, the things are number 1, just shut down your laptop immediately. Okay, so if you are watching anything on the last day, just one day before your examination, finish this video and just shut down your laptop and do not open it for the next 24 hours. All right, there are enough portals which will create enough amount of confusion in your mind. You don't require that. You have done proper studies up till now. And अगर आपको ये लगता है कि last 24 hours में बहुत कुछ कर लोगे जो last 1 month, last 2 months में नहीं किया, then nothing can help you. Fine. So understand this thing. Have faith on me. Believe me. There is no need to do anything new in these last 24 hours. Just shut down your laptop and relax and watch any good movie. Listen to some beautiful songs. Okay, parents के साथ time spend करो, siblings के साथ time spend करो. You need to relax for the next 24 hours. Because whatever strategy that you have made, if you'll keep studying, then you will definitely forget to implement those strategies. So you need to calm down, you need to relax and make sure that whatever you have decided, whatever strategy that you have made for the D-Day, you are able to implement that strategy without any element of confusion in your mind. Last and the foremost important thing is sleep peacefully. All right. So overall, I'm saying that don't do anything. Do not do anything new or do not do anything silly in these last 24 hours of your examination day. All right. So friends, all the very best for this examination to all of you. I am sure that all of you are going to do good in this examination. Please tell us how you have performed in the analysis session. So don't forget to attend the live analysis of MHCT 2023 examination. Now this will include the detailed analysis of the slots, discussion about the level of difficulty of every slot, what is the good number of attempts what is the expected cutoff, and the examination pattern. So these are the time slots at which the analysis will happen. On 25th of March, slot number 1 analysis will happen at 2 p.m. 26th March, slot number 1 analysis will happen at 3 p.m. and slot 2 analysis will happen at 8 p.m. So please do join these experts in the analysis session of MHCT. All the very best for your examination. Bye bye.